Hey, what's up? This is James Van Elswyk. We are in Phoenix, Arizona to check out Brandon Stewart. He's going to be one of our speakers at the GEEKOUT event in Barcelona on July 17th. He's a complete badass, but I wanted to come out here to give you guys a chance to see like the day in his life and just verify that he's the badass that we want to have on our stage. Why don't you come with and check this out?
Hey, what's
up,
going
buddy?
on, brother?
How are you?
Good, good. How's your flight?
Very good. Good to see you in here.
Absolutely, man.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm James.
I'm Sophia.
Pleasure.
And
Good
this
to
is the
meet
new
you.
place. We just got in here like a month and a half ago.
But nice, dude.
Let's go check
Show
it
me
out.
what's up.
So here's the bullpen slash like conference room.
Nice.
Kind of trying to figure out like what we want to do with it as we've only been in here for like a month or so. And then right in here is one of my funnel builders, Austin.
What up, Austin?
And then here's like the sales room. Here's Marco, one of my ads managers I used to work with at Facebook.
What up, Marco?
And then here's my two CEOs right here, project managers. Say hi,
The real money
Alyssa and Callie.
Oh, they're cute, dude.
They're a little shy right now for new people.
All right, yo, let's go sit in your office and talk about campaigns and money
Absolutely,
and stats and this
man.
type of stuff.
Welcome to the office, the battleship.
Here we are. All right, so let's get started here. You started out as a mechanic at 20 years old, 19 years old. How did you go from there to here in, this span?
Absolutely, it's a crazy story. So I got into, I was doing mechanics and working construction. My dad owned a construction company, so all the jobs I had before then were physical labor. About 6 years ago, when I was 20, I got into a severe snowboarding accident up in Flagstaff, about 3 hours away from here. Went off a big jump, and my legs flew out from underneath me, and I landed on my neck.
Wow.
Pretty much grenaded my whole neck. That left me originally a C5 through C7 quadriplegic, which is I couldn't move anything from really the neck down. I couldn't move my arms. Yeah, because when I was in the hospital going down, she told me to keep my arms in my body, and I couldn't. They would just flop off the side.
Wow.
So I went to a spine, infusion right away, which is right here. They went and cut through here to stabilize my spine. When I woke up, I couldn't even sit up on the bed for 30 seconds without throwing up.
Wow.
I was like a bobble body pretty much.
Wow.
Had to relearn how to cough, how to laugh again. So they had me on coughing machines because I wouldn't get sick.
Wow.
Took therapy down here in the valley for about 3 months, and then went to home therapy to where I got back into real life. At that time, I was only getting $535 from Social Security, which can't live nothing off of that, right? So I figured I had to do something to make more income, and I really didn't want to go back to a 9-to-5 job. So I took the little bit of money that I was getting from Social Security and stuck that all into products that I was actually selling through Craigslist locally. I was actually buying stuff off of AliExpress at that time before I even knew what AliExpress was. What was Shopify? What was Shopify?
Right.
Those weren't even around then. So I was making ads on Craigslist, and that's how I first started making ads.
Sure.
And then I met my wife Sophia. We had a baby. At that time, I was still only making $500 Social Security. But we wanted a house, and really what I was doing on Craigslist wasn't taxable, right? So it wasn't real income. So I had to get a 9-to-5 job. But I wanted to go into sales because I knew it really didn't have a cap as far as making money, right, on commissions. So I wanted to get in sales, and I had the opportunity on Glassdoor. I saw an opening for Facebook.
Got it.
For the lead generation department called Facebook Go.
Got it.
So I found the head of HR's name on LinkedIn, and I put her name on the application as my referral.
That's so
so I could try to get in. So I got the interview, went to the setting for the interview. I was up next, and I go into the room, and it's actually her. I was like, man, how's this my luck?
Wow.
She's the one interviewing me as well, right? Now I'm probably not gonna get it. The first thing she said, she's like, I noticed you put my name down in your referral. Do we know each other? We spoke. I was like, yeah, we spoke on LinkedIn, a few times. She totally brushed it off, she just didn't remember really at all, right? We kicked it off. She loved me, and she gave me the opportunity to become lead generation at Facebook Go.
Wow.
That's why I started like in the digital marketing industry.
Okay, so you go to school for entrepreneurship, you're making money with the bartering things and on Craigslist, but now you need to make something more stable, whatever, you want to get a house, et cetera, et cetera. Out of all the different ways that you could have made money, because you obviously hustle hard, why did you pick advertising online, or, you know, how did you go into this direction?
Yeah, so I started like on Craigslist, making like hundreds of ads for the physical products I was selling. Some of it was new, some of it was used. Like I was buying some of it from Amazon, just trying to make what little money that I could, right?
Sure.
But yeah, like, you know, I met my girlfriend Sophia, right? We had a baby. We wanted to get a house, the whole 9 yards, right? So we needed to have like a taxable income, right? That was more of a cash flow business. Right, I really didn't think it was gonna even work. But
sure.
That's kind of like I got to like building digital marketing apps first, like on Craigslist, right? It wasn't like as the scale that we do now on Facebook, you know, Google AdWords, but, and then I saw, I think it was an opportunity, right, for Facebook, like on Glassdoor.
Got it.
You know, for really just lead generation department. I just wanted to get in sales. It wasn't about digital marketing.
Sure.
I barely used Facebook at that time. But got into lead generation department at Facebook Go, and that's really when I jumped into like digital marketing.
So you really came in kind of organically, like you were the guy making the ads yourself at home to generate revenue on Craigslist, and then it just kind of carried
I went
itself.
to lead gen, and then like I kind of saw what the account managers were doing, and like that's a lot more funner, right? Scaling businesses and growing. So I went from the lead generation department to an onboarding expert, which was like just to get them on board, get their ad live, and then you'd go to account manager that would work with you for that first month.
Got it.
To hope they get successful on Facebook to continue to advertise on Facebook.
So how many total years did you work at Facebook?
Ending in 4 years, right?
Wow,
held
4
about,
years.
Yeah, held about 5 to 6 different positions there. So we had lead generation, we had the onboarding specialist, we had account managers, and then we had marketing expert, was the program that I ended in.
Okay.
Which is more of an account managerial style program, managing clients quarter over quarter,
Nice.
just helping them grow. And then I was pretty much tapped out there. I was wanting something more. So either I was going to leave or they were going to give me a different position.
So this is something I want to ask you about. Like, I always wonder when people have jobs at Facebook and stuff, and they see people just crushing, if they're going to flip the switch, you know, and move out. Facebook's like an amazing job. What pushed you, or when did you decide, like, okay, now I'm going to go do this on my own?
Yeah. So like I was going on entrepreneurship, like the entrepreneur degree, which had a marketing involved in it as well. ASU WP Carey School of Business here.
Okay.
So I was going there at the same time while at Facebook, right? So like I was going to school for entrepreneurship, digital marketing, but like I realized that I was learning from people like 10, 15 years ago in the industry.
Sure.
Right? Like while I was at Facebook, things were changing by the months.
Sure, it's so dynamic.
Yeah, so like I knew like I was gonna graduate and be 10 years behind the industry.
Got it.
At the same time, like in a marketing class, I was arguing with a teacher. Like he was saying that TV or Facebook would never be able to take over TV. And I was like, man,
Wow.
you're crazy, because like I literally have clients that are like, we do like little tests, right? And it's all data tracked, right? So we can show the results and the scalability of it. And they literally come to me the next day, like we were spending $500K on TV last month. We want to move it completely over to Facebook.
Wow.
Like, you know.
How much do you think while you were at Facebook 4 years? I know it's like hard as hell to estimate. But what do you think? What was the highest spending day that you ever saw, or were ever, like, let's say, a part of with one of your clients or one of your accounts?
Yeah.
And just how much do you think you ran with, like, all time?
What was that? I mean, like the whole program itself would produce like 400 million in ad spends, what we manage, like
Wow.
over a quarter.
Quarter?
Yeah, quarterly. Like over the campaigns themselves, like, you know, we would work with clients from $50 a day. Like the biggest campaign that we participated in was an 18 million in one day campaign.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's the biggest number I've ever heard spent on Facebook. In one
I mean,
day.
it was nuts, because like each ad account had like a 400K daily limit, and there were like 30 ad accounts, dude. And, like, it was nuts. And it was a big team. It was a team that Facebook created just to handle that campaign. It was like 15 people.
Wow. How much has the opportunity to play with spend at that size, like practicing on that size of money, how well has it helped you for what you do today and how good you are today at Facebook?
Very, very much so. Like, I got excited when I could take clients and like scale them to the moon, right? So I'm like, dude, I could take that same knowledge and make me, right, that same amount of money.
Sure.
So that was it. Like, and if it failed, you know, like it wasn't my money either, right? So it was that, like, I could do multiple tests. I could test out different things to see what working. One thing would work, and I'd try to scale it across all the other high value clients, right?
Got it.
The position that I ended in was a direct response SME,
Wow.
which is just fancy terms for second level support that I
Okay.
created. I was the first test pilot for that position at Facebook. So like a half the floor had access to me the first quarter, and half of the floor didn't.
When you say they had access to you, what does this access mean? What did you actually come in and do? Like when you snipered these requests and stuff, what did that look like?
Yeah, so there'd be two different ways. Like I would run reports to see in the program which clients are spending the most, right, and which ones have like the most scalability.
Got it.
And then I would have the rep get that client on the call, so we could all do like a three-way conference call. Or if a rep like needed me right then and there or had a scheduled call, then they would just set it up on my calendar.
All right, so you obviously have now switched. You went from Facebook to your own ad agency, and obviously you got an amazing experience at Facebook. Did you jump at the right time, or like how did that go? Are you happy you made the switch?
Yeah. So like I definitely jumped. Like I made that decision, but I definitely think I wanted to make that decision before. Like Facebook was better than college for me as far as like learning what I in the digital industry. I was learning way more faster. I was really soft tail at Facebook. They gave me like all the resources to learn and everything.
Sure.
So I just dove into it. But yeah, I only wish like once I did left, I was like, man, I wanted to leave about a year and a half before that. Really, I was kind of fighting in my mind.
Sure.
Like I was tapped out there. I almost left. They gave me that new position, so that kind of anchored me there for a little bit more, about another year.
But you're like, how can you quit Facebook?
Yeah, and then it got to the point, like, yeah, it was like, how do you quit Facebook? Like, it's like once in a lifetime job. Like,
Sure.
How could you leave it? There was a few other people that left before then, tried to do like the digital agency thing and failed. So really, at the end of my Facebook career, dude, like I was just burnt. I was bored. Like, I didn't feel like there was anything more that I could learn there, and like that's what made me jump really there.
Got it.
Like it was just one day I just said I'm out, and that was it. And
you said it was a year and a half you thought about it?
probably a year and a half, I was like, I should do this, right? Because I saw all these other people making
Sure.
money, and there was no skills that they had that I didn't have or could acquire or find somebody to do it. So yeah, I was fighting myself for at least a year and a half before I left.
So day one, after you quit Facebook, you're thinking about it, you're sweating it, you wake up, and it's the first day not working at Facebook anymore.
Yeah.
What'd that day look like for you?
It was weird, like, like working it, like, I guess like the first week, like when I got into it, because like I kind of like built my agency up on the side. So like I had a couple clients, so I just didn't leave, bone
Sure.
dry.
Soft job.
Didn't have nothing, right? Like got a couple clients that could pay all my bills, right? And then I just made the jump.
Got it.
Yeah.
So what type of projects now, or how would you describe Revline, and what kind of projects are you working on now?
So Revline's a digital marketing agency, pretty much full service. That we offer pretty much all the services out there. But really, like the three main services that we focus on are websites and funnels, digital marketing across Facebook, Instagram, Google AdWords, and then influencers.
Okay.
And then merchant processing.
Got it.
How we got in merchant processing, we'd have clients that we would scale so fast that their merchant accounts would shut down.
Got it.
Right. So if they weren't scaling, then we weren't making any money either.
Sure.
That's how we got into it.
So would you say, like, obviously the digital marketing part, we'll get into the traffic side, but then also talk to me like on the funnel side. How does that work, or what is what you do for clients there?
Yeah. So like a lot of clients, they like us to take on like the whole project, and that's like we'll JV on it.
Sure.
Because one, we're driving the traffic from the front end, but we're also handling the funnel on the back end, right?
Sure.
So if something doesn't work, you only have one person to blame, really.
Yeah, I like closed loop also, by the way.
Yeah, like we're very data driven. It's like, so once we do run ads, like we're gonna see what worked and what not worked. Like for example, the funnel that we launched last month, it started converting at 2 or 3%, which is pretty good right off the bat. But like through analytics, right? Facebook Pixel, Google Analytics, Facebook Analytics, and heat maps is like one of our best friends, right?
Sure.
Through that, like we were able to take that to like a 6.2% conversion rate.
Wow.
Yeah.
Would you say that you're a data guy, a creatives guy? Like, what is your edge that makes you good
Definitely
at what you do?
100% all into data first. Very creative. I'm not a good copywriter. That's like one of my downfalls for sure is copywriting. I can't even spell.
Yeah, who is a good copywriter?
Yeah,
It's like
so
the
like-
hardest job.
Yeah. So like we definitely outsource the copywriting. Most products we could take in house, but the copywriting is not too much. But like we do big funnels with big sales letters and 30-day sequences.
Sure.
We got my buddy Carlos. He's like the killer out there for writing copy.
What would you say is the focus or the niches? Are you a e-com guy or a lead gen guy? Where does that kind of fall for you?
Yeah, so mostly we specialize in e-commerce.
Okay.
Like where the conversion happens online, or then we do lead generation for companies.
Okay.
It's like more like lead generation, like fields that we specialize in is we do like subprime auto loan is the biggest one that we're in, and then working with dealerships.
Got it.
We were dealerships because once we got one, you know, we can replicate the process across all of them.
What kind of spend do you think you're managing a month right now across all your clients?
It varies up and down, but like averagely it would be between 700K and a million. Q4, I mean, we have clients that spend like $1 million a day, so.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
So Q4 is like a huge time for you.
Yeah, like I said, like that one product that we were talking about earlier, the winter product.
Sure.
Like that's all we've been doing is gearing up for Q4 in like the last months, because we know like last year we got our asses handed to us. Like we got caught with our pants down, really.
Explain, because we talked about it earlier off camera, but explain to me about this product from Q4 and what you got going on.
So we had a winter product. You use it like just during winter only.
Yeah.
I can't like touch much about the product because like it's a big money maker still for us.
But it was only for winter time.
It was only for winter time. We hit it late. Like we were like 3/4 probably like towards the winter, like when we found the product. But we bought the guy's inventory that created the product. We sold all the inventory, then we actually got into the manufacturing side of it. We built molds and everything to produce 20,000 units a day.
Wow.
Yeah, like we went from zero to like the biggest day we spent was like 200K and like 440K in like revenue.
Wow.
Yeah, like that's when we ran into that issue with Stripe. That's how I kind of got into merchant processing too. We had to refund 370K through Stripe.
This is crazy. What happened there?
They were just gonna hold the money for too long. I mean, we were approaching our chargebacks around 2%, so like we knew they were watching our eyes on us. But more of that, it was the volume game. Like we went from like 0 to 10, 15, 20.
Sure.
And like then we got getting up to like 6-figure days really quick.
Like you scaled abnormally fast.
Yeah, abnormally fast. And like we got shut down and like we had 2 weeks of downtime trying to get like a proper merchant that would bring it in.
Got it. And when you're launching, right now, you're talking about, when it comes to e-commerce, you're talking about brand stuff, not general store.
Yeah, not like a general, like we don't work with like someone that built a general store wants to do drop shipping products on there, like throws winners on there and tries to test it out.
Got it.
And we were a Shopify store, but they're more branded products. You know, like they've already had the customer built out, like, and they have a base for us to go off of.
Okay, so let's get into some of the more detailed questions here. What do you like, manual bidding or automatic on Facebook?
You know, automatic and bidding, we still use them both in all the businesses that we work with. Usually we're always going to start out with automatic bidding because we don't know which bid segment of your audience really is going to convert the best or give like the best ROI. So we test on automatic because it's going to shoot it out to everybody, right, and kind of test. Once we get like some kind of idea of like what our CPAs are coming in at, what we'll do is I'll rip that ad set out of there and put it onto a manual bid.
Okay.
And we might test 5 different bids.
Okay.
Right, to put you in different segments, because even if you pay more for that person, or that audience, but they convert better, we're making more money.
Sure.
Versus like some bids that are too low, you know, they won't serve, or maybe they're serving out to the wrong audience.
Let's say you do a bid test, 5 different bids. Let's say super high to, you know, just the exact same as the payout. But as you said, there's like different segments. Let's say you find profit at multiple tiers. Do you leave it running?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, we'll leave them running. And the manual bids we use for bigger budgets, right? They try to protect them as well.
Sure.
So like as they're scaling. So like if we move over to bigger budgets, we usually switch them over to manual bid.
Do you use any automation?
We do. We use RevealBot.
Got it.
Which is like an analytical
tool.
A lot of helps with rules, right?
Yeah.
And then Companion Labs is one that we use for manual bid testing.
Okay.
That's where you could take like $500 on an ad set, and then it's going to split into 10 different ones with 10 different tests.
Got it.
And it gives you like grades and stuff, and how much budget do they guess it's going to utilize today.
Got it. Yeah, a lot of people seem to really like Companion Labs and RevealBot that we've been talking to, so that's pretty interesting. Would you test images? 1 image per ad set or multiple images per ad set?
So I don't go over 4 images in an asset or 4 creatives underneath the asset. And like 3 to 4 is really like that mark, because even like at 4 sometimes you'll see like Facebook doesn't give any budget to like the 4th one or so on, right? So it's like you can't tell if that really did good or not, so you may have to rip that one out and give it its own budget to test. But we won't go over 4 creatives.
Got it. And for e-commerce, pre-sale page or direct to store?
100% pre-sale with the funnel, right? Get them on a low margin product, and then you upsell them through the funnel. The back end fulfillment, the remarketing, cross-sell, upsell is on the back end of Shopify.
Let's break that down for me here.
Yeah.
So give me that funnel here when you're saying like the cheaper first step project and then the more expensive upsells. Explain to me what we're talking about here, how you do that.
Like, so for example, we'll have one item on the front page that they'll buy. The next item on the next page can be a similar product that we upsell them to.
Okay.
Or like a bundle pack, it can be more of the same product.
Got it.
Really, the main point in the funnel is to try to get them to spend as much as they can, right? To
Sure.
increase the AOV.
Sure.
As it makes it easier on the whole team from the front end to the back end. And then it's like once they do become that buying customer in that funnel, they're not going to be put into that database onto Shopify to where we can remarket to them, upsell them, cross-sell them,
Got it.
etc.
So are you running now a lot on Instagram stories or Instagram? Are you using any of that inventory?
Yeah, we definitely do. We use Instagram. It
Sure.
varies across products and different brands. We are getting into Instagram stories as well. It's a very good traffic generator.
Sure.
As of right now, with the products that we've tested, it's only been on a few. It hasn't converted as well as we'd like it to. But
Sure. I saw the same. Very cheap traffic.
Yeah.
But low conversion rate.
Yep.
Okay, scaling now. What is your expectation when you're scaling e-com products? What is your expectation of how much ROI you're going to lose? Like you hit something and you're like at a 3.5 ROAS or a 4 ROAS, but now you want to bang up the volume.
Yeah.
You know, what does that kind of look like for you scaling?
Right. So like the 3 to 4 is like, okay, like we're making a little bit of money, you know, and keeping doors open. Like you want to get past that really to make a lot more money is like what I'm seeing nowadays, right, for e-commerce. But for like scaling, like testing products, like kind of like the quick method that I use is we'll take the products, we'll put $30 daily on them, let them run for 2 to 3 days. And if they do good, we'll scale them up to 20 to 25%. We don't go after that.
Okay.
Because if you go over 50%, actually, like with now Facebook, they'll kick that ad back into the learning phase.
Wow.
Because
okay.
with Facebook, we need to be able to get 50 conversions per week. So
Sure.
if that's 50 purchases, right, that's 50 purchases on your ad. Now, if you don't have the budget, let's say you're a smaller guy,
Yeah.
and you don't have that budget to really get those 50 conversions in a week,
Yep.
you have to go for an easier conversion, which would be like add to cart for us, right?
Got
It's
it.
kind of like basketball. Like, it's a lot easier to make that 1-pointer than it is that 3-shot.
Got it.
3-point.
So you go by the 50 conversion rule for sure.
No.
And you'd rather have 50 early indicator conversions like add to carts instead of purchases even.
Yep. And like if you're doing good on the add to carts, move it to initiate checkout, right?
Got it.
Down the funnel till you're able to obtain. As you scale, you can switch it over to purchase.
And you're changing the objective inside the ad set level?
We'll duplicate it, then change
Okay.
the objective.
Got it. And then now lookalikes? Are you hitting lookalikes hard and what are you
100%.
building? Okay.
Definitely big into lookalikes. We use several different sources. We use page engagement, CRM data, Facebook pixel information as well. Like pretty much any source that you can use on.
Sure. And all the percentages as well?
Yep. So like when you go to create that lookalike, you can create like 6 of them right off the bat there. So we'll do like 1%, 1 to 2%, 2 to 3%, 4 to 6%, 6 to 8%, or
Got
6
it.
to 8, and 8 to 10.
Got it.
Right? And then we'll create those. We'll test out which one's gonna do the best, right? The 1% may have no, like if we're getting all those conversions, like we'll do like the 1%, maybe no targeting to see if it can like really
Sure.
go out there and scale. We might take like the 6 to 8% and like layer in with targeting as well. Just try.
So when you say
layer,
lever targeting, you mean flex targeting like interest?
yeah, so layering interest like over the lookalike itself.
Got it. So interest on top of lookalike. But that would be on, I guess, big lookalikes, and it would still take the audience down to like what? What size?
I mean, it's going to vary, right? Like each
Sure.
percentage is about 2 million. So
Got
if
it.
you have 4% in there, you have the potential of 4 million. When you narrow it down, it might be 1.2 million or something.
All right. So what do you want, or what do you think you're going to be talking about in Barcelona? What's everyone going to be like learning from you?
So really just going to share with the audience and the crowd like what I'm currently we're using, to scale campaigns. We'll show them a case study. We're taking e-commerce from 0 orders to over 400 to 500 orders per day.
Wow.
We also just had a funnel that we launched that went from 0 to the biggest day that we had at 25K before the merchant shut down.
Wow. How long that
4
take?
days.
You went from 0 to 25K in 4 days.
Yep.
Wow. And you're going to show a case study on this?
Yep. So it all, the numbers, the funnel, the stats. Yeah, absolutely.
That's outstanding.
Yeah.
All right, so obviously we went through kind of some of the family stuff and business stuff and digital stuff. What is it that you like to do to chill and just have fun?
So one of my favorite hobbies is like building firearms and building guns. So like actually today we loaded up some of the firearms in the truck and we're gonna go down to the shooting range down the street. Pop some
Outstanding.
things off.